tourism. And I just heard in the news earlier, I think it was, how tourism numbers, even for the start of this year, or in the lead up to St. Patrick's Day, in fact, have been poorer than last year. But there is still optimism that overall this year should be better than last. Anyhow, to help tourism along, there's a new magazine out. It's Mulroy Drive, and it's the Mulroy Drive Group actually that brought this out. It's not just about offers for tourists and things to see and do around Mulroy Drive, but a bigger area than that. Chairman of the group, Paddy Logue, has come in just to chat a wee bit about the magazine. It's definitely noteworthy. First time you've brought this out.
Yes, this is the first edition of it this year. We also have, in cooperation with we also have the website, Mulroy Drive website, both launched at the same time. Everybody on the book, all the advertising the book are also on the website. Okay. So it's a coordination of both, because it's important now to be, the book is good for going to shows and that, but everything's done on the internet now, bookings and everything, so we have to cover both bases.
There was a time when you went somewhere in the country that the first place you went to was the tourist office. Not so much anymore. Now we tend to go onto our phone and look for offerings. But nonetheless, this is a physical offering, and it'll be sitting around not just at tourist offices, but presume elsewhere.
Oh, that's right, yeah. We have them in all the tourist offices, and we'll have to thank Faulty Island Donegal Tourism for helping us with the project. But we have them in like we've sent them to John Casey and the Rosapena Adele. They took them to shows in Orlando and golf shows, and they have them in all the resource centres in Mulford, Creeslough, Kerrygart, Downings and Dunfanny.
So they've been used to spread the word at like trade fairs and shows.
That is the book is mainly for, and also for when tourists do come to be informed of other things on the drive. You know, like they're in all the hotels and all the venues that has an ad in the book. They all have books. They have books at them venues.
Sometimes a book or a brochure, in this case a magazine, can do something that a website or a Facebook page can't do. I don't know what it is, but it's just when you physically have it in front of you, it just it opens up. Maybe it's to do with the way that it's accessed, but it just opens up, or you see far more at a glance, I think.
Yeah, well, we concentrate on the two main things we have for tourists, and is golf on this edition of the book, and our beaches and scenery.
Yeah,
like to us, that's a natural. The scenery and the it's just natural to us. It's like in the Wild Atlantic Way has been a massive addition. It draws people up to North Donegal. We more or less call it Mulroy Drive and North Donegal now, because we're taking in all of the Mulford and the Kenny municipal area, and like the scenery is just fantastic. And of course we're lucky that one of the flagships of Faulty Island is Fannet Lighthouse, and it's on in the very north part in Fannet here, and that is a great it gets great attraction. And even in Dublin Airport, when you walk from Terminal 1 to 2, there's a big sign of it. So it's great to have a flagship product like that in the area to draw people. But you're right, and like as I say, golfing, we've 5 golf courses here in Donegal, and it's in this part, and I mean it's
stunning golf.
Stunning golf, all links, and I mean the Casey family has built a golf in that's like 3 courses in the one area, and then there's 5 courses in all links, and then at the Kenny Parkland, you wouldn't get it it's all within 10 mile of Letterkenny or 15 mile.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And as you say, there's more than golf, because you do focus on golf and our beaches, but there's lots of other great scenery as well. But even those two things alone, I mean, they pull a lot of people into the area. A lot of people come here for both.
That's right. Well, the aim of the group is to try and lengthen the season. Like July and August is reasonably busy at best of times, but the golf draws them in May, June and September, October. And like nowadays as well, like the beaches, while we don't always get the best of weather, a lot of people use them for walking on, and it's great for relaxing and getting away from work, and they are the main attractions in the area. But we also have what we think the best variety of hotels and accommodation, and for people coming to the area. I just counted 14. We have actually 14 hotels in this area. You wouldn't believe it. Letterkenny is probably it's the main shopping town in Donegal, so they also have 8 hotels here. Now that is capable of taking conferences and anything from all Ireland. Last week I think they the All Ireland Camogie, or the ladies was GA was on it. Last year we had the Donegal, the All Ireland Vintners. They have enough accommodation to take all the big conferences and at the Kenny. And I mean, we have and I would like to congratulate maybe the Mount Errigal, without mentioning the Mount Errigal Tale, be getting the 4-star, because that is not easy got. We both worked in hospitality, and we know you have to work very hard like that. And we also have the best restaurants. I mean, the variety of restaurants and outlets for food is unbelievable. And
with a lot of great local produce.
Great, and most of them, they all use local produce and fresh produce. I would also like to congratulate the Old Glen Barn restaurant and Lemon Tree for being nominated for a Michelin stars. That's the quality that we have. That's the level that we're at in the area, and they are building all the time. And what we are trying to do is let people know of the amenities that's in the area. And
so we have plenty to make noise about.
We have plenty. We could, believe me, you wouldn't get closed, or you wouldn't get off at 1 o'clock for your news if we were to go on. But it is an amazing area when you put it all together. It's only when you sit down and try and build and gather with everything that's on it. And I mean, it's just in some amazing drives. Like we take in the Atlantic Drive, Fannet Drive, and our own Mulroy Drive, and like the Knockalla Coast Road. I mean, there's so much for things. Stunning drives. I mean, all within 10, 15 mile. And then we have some, I suppose, like in order to boost the off-season, we have something like the Donegal Rally in June, like at a time of season where the season isn't in full flight. There's a great asset. And I mean, we have festivals in every wee town, like Ramelton, Kerrygart, Downings, all over the summer period. And that's what draws people. That gives people things to do when they come here.
We were hamstrung last year by the weather, by the summer that we didn't have. But what can you do about that? And we'll be hoping for a better one this year. But a lot of people, come to the area and they don't really care too much what the weather's like. They're going to come anyhow, but it helps. The good weather helps when the sun is out. It showcases everything that they come to see.
There is no doubt about that, John. I mean, even last Sunday or last weekend, I happened to be in Rathmullen there, and the place was hiving with people. The good weather, and at the beginning of March, and I mean, it's glorious down there, and Downing's the same way. Just the beaches, we have everything there, but we can't depend on the weather. But when if we were lucky enough to get a couple of months of good summer weather, it wouldn't matter about all the other things. It would draw them, but we have to work with what we have. We have to go with what we have and try and give people something to do, like when they are here.
Mulroy Drive, it's not part of the Atlantic Drive, but it's like an offshoot.
Well, what happened with Mulroy Drive is we were formed. It wasn't put on the Wild Atlantic Way. It was because of the Blinny Bridge, or Harry Blinny Bridge, it was sort of bypassed. So we fought with Faltern to get it on, but they were never going to change the route, because they would never get it done if it changed. But they did give us a sub-route, what they called a sub-route, and they spent a lot of money in developing it.
It's one of only two in Ireland.
Only one of two, only us and the Burn down, and that was the last, only two that has been put on, and there won't be, I don't think, anymore, because their project they have difficulty funding things like that too. Takes a lot of money.
Now it says I'm chatting there about the Mulroy Drive, and the title on the magazine is Mulroy Drive, but it's locations and destinations and activities way beyond the Mulroy area, which is you're broadening your horizons.
Yeah, well, basically we decided, it was Falty Aaron talked to us, and we didn't have enough hotel accommodation on the Mulroy Drive in itself to put the amount of effort and to promoting tourism in the area. So we decided to get into all of the area, maybe of the Mulford and Letterkenny municipal area, and that kind of tied in with the council as well, because it helped to get funding for things that's it covers the whole area, because I mean, take Letterkenny alone, you have New Mills out there, and places like that, and you have just beside Glenveigh, and you have the Glenveigh Gardens, and all them things are all accessible, and the amenities that's available in the places that you can go to get information is from Creevin and Termon to Downings to Rathmullen. Rathmullen has a very good development group there, and the new development coming in Faltiel next year in Downings, which is going to be a regeneration of all the facilities. And I mean, the work at Rathmullen there for the pier and everything is just fantastic, and hopefully the ferry will be on now in a few weeks' time, and that generates all type of tourism.
The work that's been done at the pier in Rathmullen and also in Port Salin. So a lot of good stuff happening. Anyhow, this magazine is now out and it's available at all Fáilte Ireland offices here in Donegal and in Galway and Sligo. And even that map in the middle, it's worth it for that alone, with points of interest and activities all highlighted in various routes. And it's great. And this is the first edition, and there will hopefully be others, and there will be more in the other ones. That's the plan.
Yes. That's the plan. As I say, we definitely intend to. We've 3 years planned for. We'll do one every year for the first 3 years to see how it goes. Yeah. And I suppose we also need to thank you, because you may not realise, but you have a massive input in tourism as well, because like we have a big connection to diaspora in Philadelphia, New York and Boston and England, London, and they're all listening. When they come in, they listen to you when they come in, and even if they're not live, they'll have it on thing. So that connects with an awful lot of people, like diaspora away. It's very important to our group as well, because we've built that up over. But we've noticed they all say they'll have you on when they come in after work or before they go out.
I have a brother-in-law who listens in his truck, drives around Philadelphia and listens in his truck. Well, it's morning time over there. So I suppose that's the way that we
that's
can
what we have to do to try and communicate to the people that might be coming. And I mean, they're a real breath of fresh air, because Irish Americans in London, they when they come, they add life to an area, and they're here to enjoy themselves.
Well, that's brilliant. And just a reminder, by the way, that these copies are free. If you see one, feel free to pick one up and spread the word. Paddy Logue, thank you.
John, thank you very much for your time.
Around the Northwest with Virgin Media.